Hey nurses and skilled professionals. When navigating Australia's migration system, you might be wondering what is the actual difference between a lawyer and a migration agent? And why does it matter? Anyway, I'm Rhea Fawole and I am the founder of SOLVi Migration, an Australian immigration law firm. And today we're going to break down the key distinctions between these two professions, including their qualifications, also their supervision, the regulatory oversight, and the scope of practice. So whether you're applying for a visa or you're dealing with legal issues in Australia, understanding these differences is going to be crucial to ensuring you get the right help for your migration journey. It's easy to think that migration agents and lawyers do the same thing, but the reality is that their training and roles are actually quite different. And I've seen some clients struggle with this confusion. And in some cases, pay the price for relying on unqualified advice. So let's get into it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the past few months. I have been busy. My team and I have been serving many registered nurses with their entire registration process, their skills assessments, and helping many of them to successfully migrate through general skilled migration, and also helping some clients who are nurses who are DIY'd some of their sponsorships and run into some troubles. And I thought this would be a good time, as these seem to be largely the inquiries that we're getting. So the show will be focusing primarily on helping get migration advice for internationally qualified registered nurses and midwives who wish to migrate to Australia, as well as other healthcare professionals. That said, there are plenty of episodes with all of the juicy bits that you need to migrate, and SOLVi Migration still stands ready to serve with all of your migration needs. In today's episode, we're going to cover the key differences in qualifications, supervision, and regulatory oversight between migration agents and lawyers, how working with a lawyer can provide a broader legal protection and also advice across multiple areas of law, and 3, how to verify the credentials of a migration professional to avoid risks of unqualified advice. One of the most frequent issues I've encountered is clients who rely on advice from friends, family, and members, or even unqualified recruitment or education agents, or just things that they've seen on blogs and social media. I had a client that was misled by someone who claimed to understand migration law, but wasn't qualified. As a result, they made critical errors in their visa application that were difficult to correct. Today, we'll discuss how to avoid this by understanding the qualifications and roles of professionals in the migration industry. Migration agents and lawyers have distinct qualifications and different levels of training, and also supervision. Migration agents, for example, complete what is called a graduate diploma in migration law and practice. So they had a degree in something that wasn't related to this and then did that graduate diploma. After passing an exam called the capstone, they register with the MARA, that's the Migration Agents Registration Authority, and then they can start providing migration advice immediately. However, they're only permitted to advise on migration law and processes. When we're thinking about lawyers, lawyers have to complete a Bachelor of Laws, which is a 4-year degree, or a Juris Doctor, which is a 3-year postgraduate qualification after a bachelor's. They also need to do a graduate diploma in legal practice, and then they're required to undertake a minimum of 2 years supervised practice before they can practice independently. And they are regulated by a law society in their respective state or territory in Australia. They can provide advice on a wide range of legal matters, and this means in addition to migration law, lawyers can advise on related legal areas such as employment law, family law, corporate law, and more. Both migration agents and lawyers are required to have professional indemnity insurance. This covers clients in the event of errors or negligence in their advice. However, lawyers also offer attorney-client privilege, meaning that your communications with them are confidential, which isn't the case with migration agents. One key advantage of working with lawyers is that they can provide comprehensive legal advice that spans multiple areas of law. Migration matters often overlap with other legal issues, whether it's employment contracts, family law matters, or even corporate law. If you're starting a business in Australia, lawyers are trained to handle these crossover issues, making them particularly valuable in complex cases. Additionally, lawyers are bound by strict professional rules that protect your communication through attorney-client privilege. This legal protection ensures that any discussions or information you share with your lawyer remain confidential and cannot be disclosed without your consent. Given the complexities of migration law in Australia, it is crucial to ensure that you're working with a qualified professional. To verify a migration agent's credentials, check their registration with the MARA. That's the Migration Agents Registration Authority. You can do this through the MARA website, which lists all registered migration agents and their qualifications. For lawyers, you can verify their credentials by checking with the Law Society in their state or territory. Each state or territory law society maintains a public registry where you can confirm a lawyer's admission to practice and whether they are currently what they call in good standing. Be wary of advice from unqualified individuals such as recruitment agents, friends, or online forums. While well-intentioned, relying on this advice can lead to costly mistakes and missed opportunities. Only qualified migration agents and lawyers have the expertise and legal authority to advise you on Australian migration law. So in today's episode, here's what we covered. Firstly, migration agents need to complete a diploma in migration law and can provide advice after they pass an exam and register with the MARA, while lawyers undergo years of legal training, including at least a 4-year bachelor's, or they need to do a Juris Doctor. They also must do a graduate diploma, and they must be supervised for at least 2 years before working independently. Lawyers can advise on migration law as well as other legal areas such as employment and family law, offering broad legal protections through attorney-client privilege. We also discussed making sure that you always verify credentials of your migration professional, either through the MARA for migration agents or through a law society for lawyers, to avoid unqualified advice from non-professionals. If you're ready to take the next step in your migration journey and want to ensure that you're working with a qualified professional, please book a consultation with us at SOLVi. That's www.solvi.com.au. Let's make sure your migration process is guided by the right expertise and avoid risks of unqualified advice.